y'all, what's going on? It is Barb Meets World, and we are here for my recap and review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 17, which is called Fashion Showdown. Hey, y'all, hey. What is going on today in these YouTube streets? As you're coming in, make sure you hit that like button. Why? Because that helps get my content out to viewers such as yourself who may not know I exist or my channel exists for that matter. But nonetheless, please and thank you, hit that like button. While you're at it, hit that subscription button as well if you are not currently subscribed. Why don't you become a Barb's babe? Because I would love to have you. Also, after this premiere, make sure you keep the conversation going in those comments below. Check the description box below for all pertinent information. I will also throw my banner up here, which also has my social media platforms all right there. Scroll along the bottom now. And I think that pretty much sums it up, you guys. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. This episode pissed me off, y'all. Like, for real, it pissed me off because I don't know why I got my hopes up thinking that they were going to really show us everything that we thought we were going to see this week. Yeah. They did not. They did not, y'all. And we have to see the rest of everything next week during the finale. Yes, finale. I'm excited that it's finale, but I still feel like that should have been this week. They could have gave us maybe like 15 extra minutes this week. You know, like how they do other finales when some other tea drops, like last season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, how we got that extra couple minutes with Drew and Ralph and all that, and their divorce and all that. Or even if you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season, how we got that little segment at the end of Kyle and Mauricio and their divorce. Jeez. I feel like they could have gave us that last 15 minutes, especially because cameras have wrapped in the end of all this. You know what? Let me stop talking. I was upset. Just know that. Let's get into it because I don't got that much to say, quite honestly. We pick up with Karen. Her and Ray are at her cardiologist. She receives very good news. She's in pretty good health, despite, the 5% buildup on her heart. Other than that, she's good. He doesn't have any sort of negative feelings as far as her future. It's looking bright. We're good with that. Moving on. Ashley and Gizelle, they're ready to showcase their GNA line, which I looked last night, y'all. The collection is still not live. I was cool on them the beginning of the season when they announced that they would be doing this, but it wasn't live on the website yet. I was cool on them. But the fact that you guys did this fashion show right now and we still ain't got no fashions, that's a problem for me. Just saying. And I wasn't about to go buy nothing, but still. The point is, that was not cool with me. So, yeah, they're preparing to showcase the new line and all that. Is it bad? Is it bad that pink coat, I was kind of like, wait, let me run that back. Let me see that again. It's probably just because it's pink, obviously. Go figure. Ooh, speaking of pink, if you guys didn't know, I will be having some merch for sale in the next coming weeks. I'm so excited. And this is actually one of the pieces that I will have for you guys to purchase. It says Barb Meets World, as you guys can see. It's a really cute beanie. That's why I'm wearing it, because, I had to test drive my products before I sell it to you guys. I couldn't just be selling y'all no bullshit. I had to test it. But yeah, y'all, so be on the lookout Merch coming soon. Also, during this episode, we see Aneka and Ike. They're attending her IUI appointment. I still am very much not caring that much what she has going on, because I already told you guys, don't really see it for her, don't really care for her, don't really like her. Sorry, that's her doing. Oh well. But they need the fresh sperm sample or whatever. So she goes in there and, helps her man out or whatever. They come back out and we literally watch them do the procedure like in real time. So I thought that was kind of cool, I will say, for her to be on here and documenting that moment. Fine, that was cool. But what's not cool is, do y'all ever pick up on her just seeming very just like disingenuous about everything? I feel like, I'm not saying she hates the man, but I never see the true chemistry between them, any like romance or anything other than she gets drill instructor. I don't know, like just very just straight and narrow. And that just doesn't seem fun to me. And then she also seems that way just in how she goes through life. I feel like she's living up to her family's standards and all of that and what they want, instead of actually leading her life how she wants to or whatever. Like, is she actually happy? Like, is she ever actually just in the moment? It's just weird. I don't know. That's what I've just been picking up on this season from her. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. Gordon and Mia, they're at couples therapy because they're still working on things. Yeah, right. Mia can't even quarter of the way convince me that she wants to be with this man, that she likes this man, anything like that. She can't even a quarter of the way, y'all, convince me. She admits that she explored the idea of divorce because he was being so combative with her, the kids, their partners, the whole nine. And she also shares that when she had first acquired her divorce attorney, Gordon emptied her bank account and told her she can't leave him. Y'all, if you guys have never seen what financial abuse is, Exhibit A, what I just explained. And because she said that, and because Mia lies, it's like, I hate that I even had to have a double like thought about that. But I believe her. I believe her because I've seen it done before. And that would make me look at you differently for the rest of my life. But this also is important to talk about, you guys, because, and I said it in my Married to Medicine, I want to say part 1 reunion video, that this is why it's very, very important to always have your own. It's very important to have something put away for a rainy day, or just to not have to depend on someone fully when you want to exit stage left. Or for that matter, not even if you just want to exit stage left. Say you want to go take yourself on vacation, if you want to go buy yourself a pair of shoes, if you want to go and freaking buy yourself a box of popcorn. It doesn't matter, but what matters is that you have the full capability, ability, freedom, willpower, all of those things, that you are able to do that for yourself at all times. And I'm saying that as an 100% married woman right now that it is extremely important to always have it to where you are able to move how you need to move when the time comes. Take that how extreme or non-extreme as you want to. They talk about intimacy. What he was saying wasn't wrong by any means, but Mia, she wants more of a romantic intimacy with him that's non-existent. And at this point in time, she realized that early on, but at this point in time, she's accepted that that's just what it is with him. And she just wishes that he was the man that she had met. Well, it sounds like there was a little bit of settling with that. And unfortunately, that's why I have to deduct another point from Mia, where it's like, girl, you should never accept anything that you're not cool with, because that lets the other person know, especially early on in the relationship, that it's okay to continue regarding you in the same manner. It's okay to continue to handle you in the same manner, because, I mean, for lack of better words, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? Why do I need to romance you if you're still going to be here at the end of the day anyway? I'm just saying, that's maybe what he was thinking. That's maybe what some people are thinking when you stick around, even after letting them know, like, hey, I'm gonna need a little bit more from you. Foot remains on neck until you see the changed behavior, until the changed behavior becomes repeat behavior in a good way. Foot on neck. That's my advice. Okay, moving on. Candiace and Dr. Ken. We got a cameo from Dr. Ken. He comes and does a house call because her and Chris were recently talking about kids and that whole process, and they were maybe going to embark on that journey at the top of the year last year. And unfortunately, she had decided to take on a new project. Then there was the whole health scare that she had, and just all these things kept popping up. And that's kind of left her thinking, like, I really need to get out of the mindset of I can only do one thing at once and stop putting off these other things because I have so much on my plate over here and all of that. I completely understand. But at the same time, I'm not saying Candiace was lying about saying that she really wants a baby, but I've been thinking about how I seen someone on Twitter say that they recalled Candiace saying how she may not, want to be a mom because of the relationship that she had with her mom, or something along those lines, y'all. I don't remember for sure, but I know somebody had brought up Candiace expressing something opposite of what she expressed in this conversation. So as long as Candiace is being honest with herself, as long as it's truly what she wants, and she's not going to have any regrets, because regrets bring resentment and so on and so forth, then by all means, go for it. Because I'm also somebody who in the past has kind of went about things like, no, everything has to be 100% perfect before I do this thing, or everything has to be 100% perfect before I take on this other thing. Actually, it's funny enough, YouTube, for instance, I put off starting this channel for real for so long because I was like, no, I need this camera, I need this light, I need this follow. I need all these things, until I had to say F it one day and start with my iPhone right here and just do the damn thing. And look, here we are all this time later, however many videos later, moving and grooving. So another lesson to learn here. Don't, yes, keep putting things off. If that's the ultimate thing you want, don't keep putting that ultimate thing off for these other things that are nice but aren't the ultimate thing, if that makes sense. I hope it works out for her. And honestly, it sounded like it is, based off of that expression she had in the end and what Dr. Ken said. So I'm assuming that one of these next times we see Candiace on our screen, she's going to be with child. So I'm happy if she's happy. Moving on. Wendy, Mia, Candiace, Ashley, Karen, and Robyn and Gizelle. You notice how I said everybody but Aneka, right? Yeah, she wasn't there. So they're having that photo shoot that we actually got a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. Frog in my throat. We also got a little bit of insight into this before the season even really started, and in the trailer and stuff like that, that they were going to be doing this photo shoot honoring iconic African American women in their prime and all of that for Monarch magazine, which is a local magazine in the area. I thought that was awesome. The reason why Mia, or I should say Monarch magazine, didn't want Aneka is because they haven't really seen her be active in the community yet. They haven't really seen what she brings to the table, so to speak. So she wasn't invited. No shade. Okay, Mia, sure. That was funny. That was funny, and I was not upset to see her there, not there. Oh well. So I wrote down who everybody is supposed to be. Wendy is Cheryl Lee Ralph. Robyn is Mariah Carey. Ashley is Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge. I don't know why I said Dorothy Dandridge, but Dandridge. Candiace is Diana Ross. Gizelle is Beyonce, of course. I don't know why, but she seemed to think that there couldn't be anybody else that she possibly could have been. Okay, sure. Karen is Lena Horne, and Mia is Pam Grier. Those are all awesome options, or women that I wouldn't mind depicting. I think that's cool. I can't wait to see the finished product once and for all. Any day now. Ooh, I think the reunion looks are supposed to be out tomorrow too. I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about that, of course, because I've been waiting, anxiously waiting. I think I got a glimpse at Robyn's reunion look, and Robyn's, I'm going to give her this much credit. Robyn's trying to be that girl. She really is trying to be that girl. And I feel like she could be further ahead on her journey of becoming that girl if, one, she is honest with herself, and B, she has more confidence about herself. And I'm going to get into that actually right now. We finally see a little bit more into this whole Glow 30 business venture that Robyn's got going on. Finally, I'm actually intrigued to see these things, the business of it all, what these women are actually doing in their lives, these ventures and all that. Actually, that's my favorite part. And the fashions, of course. So she's looking at a possible space, and it sounds like she got everything kind of, planned out. She has a vision. She sounds like she knows what she's talking about. So I'm not going to knock it. I hope it works out for her. Why? Because at the end of the day, there are kids in that house, and he ain't bringing in no money. So they're getting older. They're going to be college age pretty soon. So yeah, open up that franchise, Robyn. I hope it works out for you. I truly do, because ain't nobody else around there going to do a damn thing. And honestly, in this scene, Juan, he's just, I don't know, he just seemed kind of depressed, just a hopeless person. Like, he was expressing himself in a way that sounded, happy or whatever, but I don't know. It's like something behind the eyes or whatever was just kind of just saying the total opposite of how he felt. And I don't mean I think he's jealous of her or anything like that. It just means like he just doesn't seem enthused about life, honestly, behind the eyes. That's just what I think. Anyway, so it'll be $68,563 a year for everything. I think that's totally doable in that industry. Like I already said, the main reason she wants to open this establishment is for stability. Go figure. And then in the end, she had also brought up how during this episode, Gizelle, not Robyn, had a family emergency. So she calls Gizelle, and Giselle's dad is in the hospital. He's been lying to her for the last couple weeks. And I was like, that's actually something me and Gizelle can agree on. I feel like as parents get older, a lot of times we become the parents, honestly, and have to be harder on them than they are on themselves. So she's there with him. And in the confessional, the crew asked her whatever, like, you know, what's going on with your dad and everything. And she says, let's talk about it later. Although I want to give her the benefit of the doubt on this, although I feel like this is one of those situations that I would have more grace about usually, because it's Gizelle, it's just like, of course, that's a response. Yep, of course, that's a response. That woman cannot let down those steel walls with barbed wire, and it's like it's like a ring of the North Sea is around said steel fence with pit bulls and Rottweilers and Dementors around it. And then there's also a ring of fire outside of the ring of the North Sea water around the fence and all of that. And it's also surrounded by black holes on all sides. Like, she just won't let us even get a glimpse into what is going on with her. And that is where I get off the bus with the whole reserving a part of your life for off camera. I'm not upset with that if you actually give us enough to be entertained by or just to watch on camera. Anyway, moving on. But Robyn let us know that Giselle's dad has brain cancer. Yeah. I didn't know that. I know that he did actually pass away following the season and all that or whatever, but I didn't know from what. So once I found out from what, yes, if there was ever a time that I was going to empathize with Gizelle and sympathize with her, it would be now. And that is because I've also been the child of a father that suffered from the C word. So, yeah, if there was ever a moment, it was this moment, honestly. Anyway, Giselle's juggling being there for her dad and also preparing for the fashion show. We also see Wendy shoot her pilot, which this episode that she shot actually went live today on her channel, I believe. I'm actually going to check it out. It did look interesting. I do want to see what all of these ladies have to say about said topics. She had Jasmine Brand up there, who is the co-founder of the Jasmine Brand, April Ryan, who is a White House correspondent, Nikidra Robinson, she's the founder and CEO of Black Girls Vote, Lindsey Granger, television host, and Wendy let us know that the $20,000 budget has been exhausted, child. And even Eddie then gave her $50,000, which I thought was sweet of him. Can somebody write me a check for $50,000? Damn, I got some ideas. Oh my God. Can I get some, please? Anyway, so they about to do the damn thing. Like I said, I'm about to check it out. If you guys check it out, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, moving on now to the fashion show. Gizelle has really leaned on Ashley. So she, before everybody gets there and everything, she talks to the team about all that. You know, they're there for her or whatever. So good. You know, that is good. And Karen arrives first. She, of course, can see that Gizelle is a little, you know, upset behind it all. She's there, but she's not really there. Karen lets her know that she's there for her. She's been praying ever since she found out, and she's there if she needs her. So they embrace. Everybody looked really nice, I will say that, except for Charisse. Are we surprised though? No, not really. Wendy did say congratulations to Gizelle. I will point that out. She said congratulations to Gizelle, so I don't want to hear anything about that, because they couldn't wait to jump on Wendy last night on Twitter and today, all on these freaking blog comments and all of that. I already knew it was coming. It's the same thing every week. She's damned if she does. She's damned if she doesn't. Candiace too. But yeah, Wendy looked amazing. I actually liked Ashley's look too. And who else? Robyn, surprisingly, looked nice, if you ask me. Sheila grabbed her good wig and she made her entrance. Ashley was like, oh my God, you know, she apparently didn't know that her mother was going to be there, but she's there. We're good. We're happy. Let's do the damn thing. So, you know who else was in attendance, y'all? Deborah, Ashley's friend Deborah. And shout out to production for still playing that fucking jump scare music every time she comes on screen, because that with the face, with everything, I like literally, I feel the same way every time she comes on screen. Anyway, Wendy wasn't surprised that Deborah was there because she messy, Ashley's messy, they messy together. Of course, she was going to be there. Some people were also criticizing Wendy for reciprocating the hug that Deborah initiated, because Wendy was talking to somebody and then Deborah came up and said hi to her, and then she also said hi to Wendy, and Wendy was like, fake AF. And I feel like it was more of her being polite than it was her being straight up fake. I think she still would have let her know where they stand, but at the end of the day, she's damned if she does, she's damned if she doesn't. So she was just keeping it cute in this moment. I have no qualms about that for the good of the show, right? Yeah, I thought that's what we were supposed to be doing. But anyway, so Jacqueline tells Mia she's getting thick, and Mia blames it on getting good D or whatever. We know what D she's talking about, and it's not Gordon's. Robyn asks when they'll be able to see the photo shoot photos, and Mia says in 2 days. Sorry, it's short notice, but we're actually going to have a release party or whatever for the photos. So I guess we're going to see that next week. So then the show starts and everybody is quickly like, this is definitely heavy on the leisure. I don't know if I would wear that to work out. What is going on here? Kiana thinks it's giving Alexander Wang a little bit. I can see why she said that, not gonna lie. But again, leaning heavy on the leisure, and it was just, it was like Alexander Wang meets Finesse, which is another online boutique that I see a lot. It was interesting. As Karen said, it was booty call nightclub wear by GNA. That would have been a better name. Funny as hell. And why weren't they wearing any of the clothes from the collection too? Like, can we get a sample? Okay, I guess not. So then after all of that, or while the show is going on, I should say, Wendy with her memory of an elephant is like, you know how 2 years ago when we were going to Williamsburg, when I was wearing clothes like that, they had, stuff to say. And we get a flashback of when Wendy was kind of wearing, something that she may have not normally had worn when she first came on the show. It was definitely, a different type of style, maybe for her. And I say maybe because ultimately I'm somebody who likes to switch up my style. Well, I might have on a pink princess dress tomorrow, and then on freaking Friday, I might be dressed up like TLC or something. So you can never really pinpoint somebody's style to the extent of saying that they're trying to like emulate something that they're not, or try to really, I don't think that you should ever try to put too much stock onto when somebody is dressing a little bit differently when you don't really know them like that, because it couldn't really, sometimes it might not be for an actual significant reason. In this case, in Wendy's case, it wasn't. So you sound stupid, Gizelle. Mainly Gizelle. And Nneka tries to give her kiss ass opinion. Yeah, we heard that. Why wasn't Gizelle or any of the... In her thank you speech, Gizelle shouts out Ashley for picking up the slack from the week and everything, because she was back and forth with her dad and all that. So I guess they're a good team, child. I guess, whatever. Afterward, Mia lets the ladies know about what's going on with Gizelle and how her dad's going to be going into surgery in the morning. They didn't say anything rude, in my opinion. And like I already said to you guys, I have also had a father that has dealt with the C word before. So I didn't really understand why there was so much backlash when Candiace basically said, like, look, I know how to be happy for people from afar. And that's just what I'm going to do. And Wendy also let us know, like, hey, or let them know, I should say, like, when everything was happening with my mom, when we were down in Texas and she was in the hospital, had to go to surgery and all that, although it was elective surgery, apparently, that y'all were dragging me and my mom and wouldn't let up. So it's, that's where it is. I don't have anything right now. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with feeling that way when you're them, when you're people that have been on the same side as what Gizelle is on right now and not received any type of sympathy or empathy or decency or anything like that, respect, any of those things. I look for you every day, no lie. There was nothing. So then right after the show and all of that, Gizelle dips off because, like I said before, she got to go. Her dad's having surgery in the morning. Okay, whatever. So she dips off as the after party's getting started and all that, y'all. And this is where things got a little weird. In the final moments of the show, it's dark or whatever, because then we see that at 9:56 p.m., I believe it was, production had wrapped. However, the mics were still on. And all we hear is dialogue between Deborah and Candiace, and Deborah saying, is there anything that you need to talk to me about or whatever? And Candiace is like, of course not. Will somebody please get the help out my face? Like, bye. And because she's looking for a moment, because I don't know, did Ashley put a battery in her back? The world may never know, right? Deborah is still coming at Candiace, asking her, I'm in front of you now, and you call me Sesame Street, and now I'm in front of you, and you have nothing to say, and blah 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 blah. And Kiana's like, it's not the place for that. It's not the place for that. It's not the place for that. And then all of a sudden we hear a commotion, and stop. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I need to see this moment, because we already seen, if you guys hadn't seen, we've seen this on the blogs when it all went down in real time. But yeah, I want to hear the commentary from it, or the dialogue from it, I should say. And the video that I watched when I rewatched the episode and everything for my notes, I saw the blog clips at the end and everything, and it was just like drink toss, or I need to know. And if you guys watched it, I need to know who that was in the yellow. It wasn't Mia. It was somebody else. And that somebody else needs to get their ass whooped too, I feel like, by Kiana, because the way that person grabbed the out of her hair before she got tossed, before they fell onto the ground and all that, she would have to see me too. But we see Candiace picking up a bottle like she's about to throw it, and then Ashley's like, no, stop, whatever, to Candiace, and then they just off there fighting over here. Deborah, Arna, Wendy, Jacqueline was over there. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on that I would love to dissect. Should have been able to dissect during this episode, but again, this is where we left off. So, and Candiace saying, get her out of here, because she never should have been there from the get-go, Ashley. And that's why Candiace can never fully breathe a sigh of relief with Ashley, because you never know how she's going to come ultimately. You never know what she is going to pull out of her bag of tricks. This could have all been avoided had that lady not been in there in the first place. God damn it. But anyway, I also wanted to read a couple of these just to give a little more context in case you guys forgot why, Candiace and Wendy had the stance that they had as it pertains to Gizelle's situation, this episode and stuff with her dad and all that. Somebody posted this, so it's kind of long, but I'm gonna read to you. Karen lost both her parents within 6 months of each other. Gizelle made fun of Karen's husband owing taxes and them having to sell their home and downsize to a rental. Then she staged a plan with Robyn and Ashley to deliver pizza to her rental because they didn't believe that Karen lived there. Gizelle didn't show Karen any support until Karen ran off the stage crying at the reunion because Karen was so hurt by the way Gizelle treated her all season, when she knew Karen was really suffering from the loss of her parents. Monique had a heaven baby. Gizelle, Robyn, and Ashley meet to talk about how Monique drinking and smoking cigars could possibly be the reason she had heaven baby. The only castmates that supported Monique during her heaven baby was Karen and Candiace. Chris and Candiace sent food to the house, and Karen and Ray sent a beautiful flower bouquet. Katie Ross lost custody of her kids, had a mental breakdown, and have to leave the girls' trip early. Katie was in such a bad mental state, she couldn't continue the season as a friend of the show. Gizelle says, if she had all that going on, she should have stayed home. I would be at home with my kids. Wendy has surgery to remove gallstone season 7. Gizelle just says, okay, and rolled her eyes when Wendy talked about her surgery on season 7 reunion. So I just wanted to end with that in case some of y'all that are watching this may have forgot some of the things that Gizelle has done or said when other people were going through unfortunate situations or were grieving or were dealing with personal financial matters, whatever. She shows like no regard, acknowledgement, no consideration when they're going through their things. So why would the things be different now that she's on the receiving end of that? And this is why we say the goalpost is always moving, y'all. But anyway, this is all I got until next week, y'all. Season finale. And then we're on to reunion and then. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, please, and thank you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.